Hey you all, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. Today we are doing something a tiny bit different. I'm actually reviewing an online makeup course. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, I'm Sophie. I'm a makeup artist and licensed esthetician, as well as a salon studio owner. And here on my channel, I talk about beauty from a professional perspective. So if that sounds interesting or helpful to you, I do hope you'll subscribe. And if you want to hear my thoughts on the online makeup academy, then please keep on watching. I also want to let you all know that this video is sponsored by Online Makeup Academy, which I'm so grateful for. Thank you so much. And thank you all so much for watching and continuously supporting my channel. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. But despite it being a sponsored video, I am going to be giving you my honest feedback as a professional seasoned makeup artist. And at the end of the video, I am going to be testing some techniques that actually were new to me, like some new tips and tricks that I learned from the course, even like the beginner part of the course. And I use some of those techniques to complete the look that you see that I'm wearing right now. So stay tuned till the end for that. If that's what you're most interested in though, I will have timestamps in the description for your convenience. Anyways, let's jump in. So I was given access to the Elite Career Path makeup course. So this was made up of the Makeup Master program as well as the Makeup Advanced course. The instructor lets you know right off the bat that this is a course for working makeup artists or somebody who wants to become a working makeup artist as opposed to an influencer, which both are equally valid but distinct careers. So I think it's good that they made that distinction. And I think that there's a lot of misconception among newer makeup artists that you can do the same things that influencers do and be successful as a working makeup artist, which is not necessarily true. But this course is going to teach you techniques, etiquette, business building skills to be a working makeup artist. Now, this course is online, it's all virtual, but you do get one-on-one feedback as well as a discussion within the course platform. So I do feel like it's kind of the best of both worlds. I personally learn really well online. I know that's not everybody's preference, but you do get that one-on-one connection with an instructor. So I think especially if there's no in-person course in your area, that this can be really beneficial for you. And also, in-person courses tend to be a lot more expensive. So I think that this is a great way to save money, do it from the comfort of your own home and at your own pace, because scheduling conflicts are a thing. And I know that a lot of people who want to become working makeup artists have other jobs, have kids, what have you. So I think that an online course gives you a lot of flexibility, and it's a great option for somebody who needs the financial and the scheduling flexibility. Another thing I really like about this course is that there are a variety of instructors. It's not just one instructor giving you their perspective, because when you take a class, that's what you're getting. You're getting the instructor's perspective. Of course, one's perspective comes with experience and knowledge, and a lot of that involves cold, hard facts. But the way people explain things, the way people see and perceive things, it's really good to get a variety of perspectives, especially in a field that's so artistry based and also where there's no defined path. There are a lot of different directions you can go in the field of makeup artistry, and there are a lot of different ways that you can take advantage of opportunities and move your career forward. It's not a clearly defined path. So I think for all of those reasons, it's really important to get multiple perspectives. So that was awesome. I will say, if I were putting this course together, especially for the modules having to do with diverse skin tones, I would have liked to have seen some instructors of color. I think that would have been beneficial and more inclusive. As a trained artist, I did agree with a lot of the techniques they were sharing for skin of color, but I myself am not a person of color, so take my opinion with a grain of salt as well. Another great thing about this course, in addition to having multiple instructors, I really felt that the course catered to a variety of learning styles. So there were lectures that engaged your listening, there were visual demonstrations, and there was reading at the bottom of each video if you like to read along while you listen or have that as a reference, or you're just better at learning by reading. Now in the Makeup Master program, it was a little bit more elementary in terms of breaking down all of the basics and giving you a few like really timeless base looks. And when I say base looks, I mean looks that you should master, and you can always add your own details and flair based on like your signature style and what the client wants. But it's really good to know like a nude look for film and TV, a base natural radiant timeless bridal look. And I mainly do bridal and photography, and you know, as a bridal makeup artist, wedding makeup artist, I did agree with a lot of the techniques that they showed for that kind of makeup. So, and like I said in the intro, I did learn a few new things as well, especially with film and TV, because that's a field I haven't worked in a ton. You still want to have skills in all areas of makeup. So for me, being seasoned, I still learned something from the beginner course, which was really cool. Another piece of constructive feedback, or something that I would have done differently if this were my course, was I would have used more inclusive language of LGBTQ couples. Like, just as, you know, like I have a wife, so as somebody who has gone through that process and is a member of that community, and I service a lot of people in my community, like constantly hearing about the bride and the groom, the bride and the groom, like I just find that language super alienating. And it's not just a problem with this course, it's a problem in the wedding industry overall. So just something that I would have done differently because I come from that perspective. Another thing that the course did really well, I thought, was illustrate how artistry and technique are not the only important thing about being a working artist. And sometimes, like, those aren't even the things that make you a professional. Like, so many people could be really talented at makeup application, but what really like defines a professional are things like etiquette, sanitation, and then what's going to make you successful as a freelance artist is marketing yourself, growing your business, profitability, stuff like that. And when you're starting out, all of that can be very overwhelming. So I thought that this course did a great job of really breaking it down. In addition to like goal setting and figuring out what path you want to be on, whether it be film and TV or like weddings and bridal, those are all things that I am so happy I had people telling me at the start of my career. I was a go-getter in terms of like talking to other people and making those connections and just finding out how people got to where they were. And those like connections were so crucial for me in like just gaining experience and, you know, finding my way. So I think having multiple instructors talk about their journeys as makeup artists and how they set goals and how they found their way and which path they wanted to take in the industry, that's like so valuable. So to have that bundled up in this course that also talks about artistry and all those other things, super valuable. A couple of like hard benefits that you get from this class that I just want to mention. So you get pro discounts of up to 40% off from brands like Makeup Forever, Friends Beauty, which is an amazing pro retailer, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Nigel Beauty, Mayron, Graftobian, NYX Cosmetics, Inglot, Temp2, and more, which is like key because even with pro discounts, building your kit is so expensive. So imagine without pro discounts, because like a normal person just needs a full face for themselves. A makeup artist needs things in various colors, working for various skin types. So that means products with different colors, textures, and finishes, shimmers, mattes, undertones, like all of those things. That adds up. So pro discounts are going to be your best friend when building your kit. That, in addition to learning how to use products in a multitasking kind of way, which they also are really good about touching on in this course. When you're starting off, it's really important to know how to manipulate your products to get the color, texture, and finish and undertone and all of that you want without having to buy too many things. So those tips in combination with your pro discounts are gonna save you a lot of money when building your kit if you're a new makeup artist, and also just like when you're continuing to replenish your kit. because makeup expires. You also have lifetime membership to this course, which includes any updates to the course, which is really cool because like most things go up in price, and you know, as the course improves, I would imagine that the price would also go up. So the fact that you have access to all of the course updates, that's amazing. Finally, before I move on to the mini tutorial, I just want to give you a summary of who I think this course is for. Now, again, I took the elite career path, and I do feel that I am a little bit seasoned to be the ideal person for this course, although I did learn a bunch of new stuff. I think no matter what stage you're at in your career, it doesn't hurt to break down the basics. It's just like the sheer volume of stuff in this course is so amazing. And I think if you're like beginner to intermediate in your career, whereas I would consider myself more advanced, you know, I've been doing this for almost 9 years now. I'm not saying that it wasn't valuable for me. I'm saying I think it's going to be the most worth your investment if you are like beginner to intermediate, because this course kind of gives you like everything you need to kickstart your career. You know, some courses focus on artistry, some courses focus on just one aspect, like whether it be bridal or film or whatever. Whereas this course truly gives you in-depth information, tutorials, and guidance in like every aspect of the industry. Honestly, for the price, it's a lot of information, a lot of value, the personal guidance. It's a really good deal for somebody who wants a self-paced course that covers truly everything, like everything you need to know, like while embarking on your journey as a makeup artist. I can really tell that the instructors in this course know what they're doing. Like they walk the walk. They don't just talk the talk. You know what I mean? Whereas like when I was in beauty school, no shade, a lot of my instructors were just instructors. They weren't currently doing makeup, hair, and skincare, or they even lacked experience in the field that they were educating us on. So I personally aligned a lot with the things that the instructors were saying in terms of how to be successful as a makeup artist. And I have seen success following a lot of the things that this course teaches. So I definitely think, I definitely recommend it. Even if you have a few years of experience, I feel like you know if you need to get back to basics. You know what I mean? Like if you feel like you're struggling to make the majority of your clients happy, or you're struggling to get your name out there, then you might want to take this course, because sometimes like you need to get back to basics. Anyways, those are all my thoughts about the course. Give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it so far, but without any further ado, let's jump into the mini tutorial where I talk through the new techniques, new to me, that I learned from this course.
Okay, so the first technique I'm trying that I learned from the Online Makeup Academy is to cut a disposable wedge sponge in half and use the lumpy side to blend. So I'm using my regular concealer. It's the NYX Bear With Me concealer, which is about a medium coverage. And I'm seeing if this sponge cut in half thing is gonna give me more coverage than I'm used to with this concealer, and or help with the blending and filling in pores and stuff like that. And actually, I was really pleased with how my concealer blended out and with the coverage. So the next tip I'm trying is something that really intrigued me. They said that you can create any contour color by mixing a light and a dark shade of foundations that are opposite undertones. So going into my cream foundation palette, I'm taking a light cool shade and a dark warm shade. And to be honest, I think I should have done the opposite. It just so happens that in that palette, most of my dark shades were warm and most of my lighter shades were cool. Because the dark color is going to be more dominant, and I ended up having to take more of the light cool color to cool down the contour. So it did come out a little bit warm for me. That was kind of my bad, but I feel like I would like to try this again. / I think it might just be a better tip to keep some color adjusters. Like I have the RCMA palette with like the red, white, yellow, and blue. And I think just mixing in a little bit of blue into like your foundation color is maybe a little bit of a better tip to create a contour, but I do see what they were going for, and I do think it's a handy tip to have. Now, the next thing which really intrigued me, and I can't believe I've never thought of this, but setting spray in the brows. I like to use a really strong hold hair gel, actually. I find that most brow gels don't do the trick. So I took my most heavy duty setting spray that I have. It's the Blue Marble. And this actually worked. Not as well as my really strong hold hair gel, but definitely better than most regular brow gels that I've tried. So I was pretty pleased with this. And like, one of the issues with the strong hold hair gel is that it does leave a film around the brows. So I actually kind of like the idea of starting with the setting spray, then filling in the brows, then kind of just finishing off with a touch of the strong hold hair gel. I think that's going to be like my new go-to. So I was really excited to have learned and tried this tip and loved it so much. Now, you know, it's almost an obvious thing because like we always see people putting blush on their temples, or at least I do, but it's something that I kind of skip over. So I was like, you know, since they recommend putting it directly above the arch of the brows, let me try that, because maybe like I was just getting my placement wrong and that's why I wasn't in love with the technique. So you see me here trying it with my cream blush, and then afterwards I'm going to go over it with a little bit of a powder blush. And I love the way it turned out, and I put some on my chin as well, which is something I don't normally do. So I'm just loving how that turned out. Now, the last thing, I really didn't think this was going to work. So I have powdered the lips before. I'm aware of that tip. I've given that tip myself. But they said that you could put a gloss over a powdered lip. And I was thinking for sure this is not going to work. Gloss over a powder is a recipe for just cakey, crumbly, you know, ugliness. But actually, it worked so well and it looks so good. And my lip lasted all night without me having to touch it up. So I was super pleasantly surprised with that one in particular. And overall, I'm super pleased with how my complexion and my eyebrows and my lips all turned out using the techniques that I learned from this course. So thank you for watching the mini tutorial portion. I hope you enjoyed this.
All right, you all, that is everything that I wanted to share with you about the Online Makeup Academy and my experience with it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're not already subscribed, I hope you will. You can hit the button down below as well as the notification bell so you don't miss my new uploads. I really try and upload the most valuable content that I can for you all, so leave me a comment telling me how you felt about this video, what you want to see next. I really appreciate it as always. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.